Good afternoon. Good evening. Good morning. Cheap viewers. What about expensive viewers? I'm a connoisseur of viewers. I don't have cheap viewers. Only the finest stock here. I already got the cheap ones. All right. Well, we have one wing finished for the blue dragon. Second to last day of work for you, Wild. Are you moving onto something else, or are you retiring, or what's going on there? And we need to do these kind of inner finger parts on both sides. But I believe we will need some more clay. Let's get to it. Best viewers. Yeah, that's speaking my language better. But how much are we talking about here? A fine adjustment to the strategy. But I will have to pass. The Pences, hello. Oh. Fresh break. That should be enough. Okay, so we're just gonna do these little parts here and then we'll bake it. Let's see, what did I do on the other side? Ah, yes. Simple enough. All right. Shall add some clay glue. Hello, Kamaus. Pasture. Hello, Pasture. Thank you. Good evening. Big spirally horns are a test for sure. Yeah. It's all about the approach. The better job you do at a stable foundation, the easier it will be. Leave any loose, hanging, flopping bits, you're gonna have a hard time. Hey, welcome back, Vanguard. Thanks, my friend. Hello, Corn. Well, we've been doing a lot of wings lately, that's for sure. We are certainly in an era of dragons. You're inspired now? Well, talent is just inspiration and interest that has been pursued. I hope you know that. If you put action towards your inspiration, that will equal talent. Keep doing that. Many times in life we're inspired and have interests that we don't pursue, and nothing ever comes of it. So I would encourage you to take action on that inspiration some way. Develop a habit of it. Taking action when you feel inspired. Making use of it. I'll give you a nice wave then instead. Hi. Okay, that's where the joint is, right there. Right here. Hey, Weird Witch. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us. We're working on a dragon wing. This is for this dragon right here. This one. It's a wall hanging piece. It would be kind of like flying out of the wall. Hello, Shelly. Well done, you guys. I have no say in it. Other than a desperate plea. Definitely a lot closer this month. That means well, we'll see. We'll see what the final tally is, but I think it was like usually around 320-ish. This is this is a blue dragon from DnD World. The dragon is my own design, but it's depicting a scene from the client's D&D campaign. 322, yeah. So that means we definitely lost some people. Ground to regain, for sure. With the ebb and flow of the internet. Been doing this long enough to realize that there's just a certain ebb and flow that there's usually never a rhyme or a reason for it. Just has an ebb and flow. A high tide and low tide. Just like the seasons. Subtitles in Spanish. I don't know if I can do that. Efrain, I'm not sure. Is that a possibility? No sé. No sé. There you go. We do a lot of D&D stuff. Nothing scripted. Except Mr. Beast's videos, ayo. Sorry, I couldn't help it. all the drama. And Tony. I'm too stubborn. I can't get it of me. Welcome back. I'm certainly glad to still be here. Too big. Miser. Miser. Welcome, Raiders. What kind of art were you streaming there, Miser? Thanks for sending your people here. Hello. Drawing and trying to animate a little bit. Okay. Very cool. We're just kind of getting our evening started here. I'm sculpting a dragon wing. Be getting this side of the wing done and in the oven, and we'll work on something else while that's cooking in the cookery. Ah, thank you. Thank you very much. Cooking in the cookery. Titles are in French. No, I don't think so. Oh, you're talking about mice here. French Canadian. Okay, Frank. Yeah, I don't know how to set up subtitles in another language. I would if I knew. Maybe I'll have to look into it. Yo necesito comprendo how to do it. ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice how? En inglés. ¿Cómo se dice learn? I should know that one. To learn. Escuchar. Hola. I should just learn Spanish. That's what I need to do. I need to commit to I need to learn German and Spanish. The German and the Spanish. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Hablo español. Parlez-vous français? Bonjour. I don't know a lot of French. Merci. You already have the basic. Baguette. There we go. Everything I need to know. Oui, oui. All right, let's get this other side roughed in, and then we'll texture both of them. Maybe make them a little bit thinner too. Yeah, you know what? Let's make that a little bit thinner. Bier. Ein Bier bitte. Uno cervezas, por favor. I don't know how do you say that in French, and I don't know the French version. Una cerveza, por favor. Gracias, amigo. And then a few moments later, ¿dónde está el baño? Sometimes my German and my Spanish gets mixed up in my head. Thanks, Robs. I appreciate it, my friend. Un Bier Silvaus Plate. Probably have to hear it. Une. Is it une? Or une? Hello. S'il vous plaît. Ah. S'il vous plaît. Une bière, s'il vous plaît. Hello, Sherry. Sherry. Oh, here's a French word. Jewelry. At least French in origin, right? One beer, eh? There you go, buddy. Schenkfräulein und immer mehr. Cheers. Hey, Maxi. Lo parla un poco italiano. I don't know any Italian. Oh, I do. Ciao, bello. That's about it. Ciao, bello. That's a bummer. That's why you gotta always have that $20 set of computer speakers just in case. Hey, Gravity. Bellissima. I thought it was ciao bello for masculine and ciao bella for the feminine. They're almost finished, yeah. The man, good evening. Okay. Hey, stays here. Have a good night. Schlaf gut. Gute Nacht. Do Italian if I need. Good. Good to know. Some Italians in the chat. Mr. Corn's Italian. Or is he Sicilian? He speaks Italian. He lives in Germany, but he's an Italian. 3 languages that fella has. English, Deutsch, and Italian. Okay, let's get this last one on here. And once we get this on here, we can do the textures. Doesn't teach the kids. It's not easy to raise children bilingual, especially if both parents don't speak that language. Oh, I see. Right, more like a second nature type of thing. It's like the difference between knowing how to do something and knowing how to teach someone else how to do something are two different things. You can know how to do something yourself, but if you don't know how to articulate it to someone else, you cannot teach somebody else. It's like its own separate skill. Translate the things you know into words that others can understand. Hey Maggie, how you doing? It really looks like a bat wing, doesn't it? Cryptoterra. It's a dragon. Blue dragon. What's Cryptoterra, like a flying crypto creature? Is that like a scientific name for bats? How did people make clay pots back in the day if they didn't have furnaces like today? Well, they had furnaces, they just were charcoal furnaces. There's this guy named Primitive Technology on YouTube. He pretty much is rebuilding civilization from zero, from dirt and sticks, pretty organically. He demonstrates how they did it quite well. Guy's from Australia. I think it's Australia. Didn't have to be shipped worldwide, yeah. But yeah. Also, the inside of a fire, a normal fire, gets pretty hot. Most people don't realize that, but you might be able to make a pot, a hefty pot out of clay, and essentially build a fire on top of it and fire it that way. Firing, you know. Gonna fire it with some fire. It's just like even with metal work, you can heat up metal even with the inside temperature of a fire, enough to manipulate it a bit. So first you turn wood, but yeah, to make the furnace, gold's very soft. It actually melts quite easy compared to, you know, other metals. But yeah, all you really need is charcoal and air, the power of air. So different cultures use different sets of what you call bellows. There's the European style bellows, which is like that big leather bag that they go pff, pff. And there's an Asian style, I think Japanese style bellows, which is like it's like a box with a little piston that you pull in and out, and the wind will blow when you push it in and when you pull it out. I actually really I want to make one of those at some point. It's like this rectangular box, shoe box, with there's a flat pad on the inside that moves like this, and it's got holes that go down to the pathway that goes into the fire. So, and in the Primitive Technology caveman style one, it's he essentially uses, it's like a propeller with a stick, and he goes like, he pulls the string like this and it spins the propeller, and then it winds the string back up and then pulls again and pulls again, and that blows air. And old cnotbusch uses a hair dryer hooked up to a piece of pipe and duct tape that'll just blow air on the furnace. Yes, blowing air into the coals makes the fire hotter to the point where you can, yeah, do all kinds of stuff. So you just got to keep it fueled up with charcoal. Charcoal burns hotter than like wood, and all charcoal's made out of is wood. It's just wood that's processed in a way that it becomes charcoal. And making charcoal is actually pretty cool too. It's actually pull up a diagram of that. Now charcoal, they would stack wood up really compact in like a big pile of wood. Almost imagine like a giant campfire. And then they would cover that pile with dirt and leave windows along the bottom and one spot at the top. And you would light a fire on the top. And then as soon as you saw the fire get down to the bottom, you'd plug up all the holes. And the heat and the putting out of the fire, so it's not burning the wood, but the heat would turn that wood into charcoal. So it's medieval charcoal maker. Oxygen makes air hotter. So it kind of looked like this. Now when you see these in games, I love it because like there's certain games like Kingdom Come Deliverance where you can see the details like this in the game. But essentially like that right there. So it starts off like a really tightly packed pile of wood like this, and then you cover it with dirt, and then you light it on fire, and then once it gets to a certain point, you smother the fire, and that's how charcoal's made. Now I want to make a modern version of this, which is you use metal not 5 gallon, a metal 55-gallon drum, and you do the same. You're doing the same idea where you're taking the drum, you're filling it full of wood, and then you're heating it up without letting it catch fire. That's the key. That'll turn the wood into charcoal. I don't know why, but I'm always interested in that kind of stuff, making it all from scratch. But you have to let the gases escape, so you can't completely contain it in the barrel, otherwise it'll explode. Wood gives off a gas. I don't know if you knew that. When it's heated up, it gives off what's called wood gas. I've seen people make devices that run off of wood gas, which is interesting. Totally not efficient, but it does work. Gotta fill up my car's tank. Just dumping like piles of wood into it. You ever seen a rocket stove? Yeah, of course. Yeah. I use a rocket stove to light my charcoal. So it's technically a rocket stove, same idea. I do a lot of grilling, so it's really beneficial to have whatchamacallit, charcoal chimney is what they call it. Charcoal chimney. If you don't have a charcoal chimney and you like to grill, I recommend getting one tomorrow. It'll change your life. Yeah, right. It's all about airflow. I started messing around with that stuff when I was like young. Me and my buddy used to build we built our own forge in his dad's backyard using nothing but a piece of pipe, a leaf blower, and some bricks. That's it. And some charcoal. Charcoal, bricks, and pipe and leaf blower. We would melt all kinds of stuff back there. That was back when I was like 15, 14 years old. I have what's called a bucket forge that I made. That's in the backyard. That sounds safe. Yeah. We were being careful. We only turned the glass in the ground, or the dirt into the ground. The dirt in the ground turned into glass because it got so hot. Pottery ovens often become radioactive, really? That's interesting. I wonder why that is. Oh yeah, yeah, I'll highlight it. This morning I was working on the homework for the dragon. I finished the first step. Yeah, they turned out good, the teeth. Happy with that addition. All right. Time for texture. Get just a basic skin texture for the most part. Let's use 1 second, I'll be right back. Alrighty. Let's finish this one off. Just put some general texture on the bigger areas, but we'll get in there and do. With or without airbrush. It is wise to use a respirator and spray booth with an airbrush. But, you know, you must do what you must do. I don't have a respirator. I mean, I have one, but, you know, I don't know. At least bare minimum, you should have at least, yeah, with paintbrush, you don't need, because the thing about acrylic is there's no fumes with acrylic. It's simply like a suspended plastic that dries, air dries, right? But when you push it through an airbrush, it, what was the word for it? It turns it into like vapor. Atomizes, that's the one, yeah. It atomizes it. It pushes it through such a fine opening that it atomizes it, so. Yeah. A poor man's spray booth would consist of a box fan blowing the air away from you, and then just a simple respirator of some sort. But, you know, at the same time too, it's usually a matter of how often are you exposing yourself to this. You know, if you're airbrushing every day, you know, then it's probably worth investing in like a good kind of setup. If you're occasionally, you know, I airbrush, but it's very occasional, so I don't really have like a big babushka airbrush setup. We do most of our painting with just hand brushing, so. Because basically, I mean, yeah, and there's also do-it-yourself airbrush booths, but basically what an airbrush booth is it's something to suck up or contain the atomized particles. So when you're airbrushing all the overspray, it's a fan. Imagine a box fan with a filter in front of it. That's basically what what one of those booths is. It's literally a fan that sucks the air into a filter, so that way it takes it out of the air like right away. So, or probably the cheapest and easiest airbrush setup is to go outside. If you really need to do a lot of airbrushing, you just go outside. I've done that before. Set up a little work table outside and run an extension cord out there and just airbrush outside. But, you know, then you got to deal with fighting the wind and stuff, but it can be done. But yeah, And it's, you know, it's... Should you let it stop you from your pursuit? No. Because there is ways you can make it happen. In the past, when I was younger, I used to be a little less, a little more reckless and less worried about safety things, but you know, you get old, you get wiser and older with things like that, and it's just better to take care of our, you know, our meat suits, because we only get one meat suit in this world. So. And in my experience, most things don't really do harm unless it's something you're consistently exposing yourself to, you know. And then at the end of the day, too, you always have to remember there's people that willfully smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and they're doing okay, too. So, I mean, it's like, you just gotta... Everybody's gonna be different with that kind of stuff, so... It's easy to take safety a little bit too overboard. You have to be realistic, you know. Right, just something to catch the particles so they don't go into your lungs. I imagine the particles of paint that comes from a airbrush are actually pretty big. So just a regular, you know, I have this dust mask here. It's got whatchamacallit, some good filters on there. Filtering it up. I'll wear that only when I'm doing a lot of Dremel work that produces a lot of dust, or if I'm doing a lot of airbrushing. But if you're not using an airbrush, don't worry about it. And you should never use anything that comes out of a spray can inside. That's a just in case you didn't know. I use a surgical mask for sanding resin and it works fine. Yeah, dust mask is gonna be just fine for catching dust. And you definitely want to stop resin dust from getting into your lungs, so that's good. I can honestly say I'm very thankful for the medium that I use on a regular basis. The biggest thing I'm in contact with is the Cos clay, and Cos clay and most polymer clays in general are non-toxic, so it's a good material to be around all the time. Because there's a lot of art materials out there, especially that can really mess you up long term. And you know, think about it, I'm sitting here sculpting for 10 to 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, you know, so. No, it is actually totally oven safe. As long as you're not like leaving things in the oven when you bake food and stuff. It's totally safe. Actually, the word COS stands for Curable Oven Safe. COS. Any questions for you? No questions. I pass my time to the gentleman in the room. What's up, Plankwalker? Yeah, the COS or the COS in Cosplay stands for Curable Oven Safe. It's right in the name. Just because you can eat something doesn't mean you should. No. No. No, definitely not. You know what, Maggie? It reminds me of Twitch back when in the early days when Twitch was first getting started. It was literally the same thing. Not my first rodeo. I call it the old Wild Wild West days of Twitch. Got a little bit rowdy in the chat sometimes. Do you use any spirit for smoothing polymer clay like with monster clay, or what do you use? I can't find isopropyl muracate. I just use isopropyl alcohol, 91%. There's other solvents you can use. I mean, you should be able to find isopropyl alcohol just at your in your like medical supply aisle at your store. I would imagine. You can find it here, just right next to the hydrogen peroxide. So. Do I use a respirator when I use isopropyl alcohol? No. Mm-mm. Hello, Z. Yeah, this is isopropyl alcohol right here. It's at 91%. All right. There we go. So that can go in the oven. And this is the only part left to do is back here. And then that'll be both of the wings done for this piece. You prime polymer clay sculpt before paint? I don't, no. I don't. I will put varnish coats on finished paintwork, but I don't feel the need to do any priming. It's already, well, okay, so 2 reasons you usually prime something. One is to give it a nice base color to work from, usually neutral. Well, depend on what you're trying to do. And then the second reason is for the paint to really grab on or adhere to what you're painting. But polymer clay is already those 2 things. So acrylic paint, most paints will stick to polymer clay without needing any sort of help because it's kind of a porous material. And then it's already in a neutral gray tone, so there's no reason to prime. But you can. It's not going to hurt it, but it's just not really necessary. But yeah, so I usually just jump right into the paint. And then when I'm done painting, I will varnish things. Do you ever attend conventions as a way of showing your work? I have not, no. I've existed, my whole art career has been existent right here just on stream. So I started off here on the stream and I've just existed my whole art career right here. Not needing to go do conventions or anything like that, so kind of built my business model, if you will, just doing one-of-a-kind commissioned work and live streaming. So there's never been a need for me to, as much as I'd like to show my work, it's just no reason for me to go. So yeah, just in my little studio. I'm in my own little corner of the world, existing, but I would like to do them. The problem is in order for a convention to be worth it, you have to have things you can sell that are not very like ridiculously expensive, you know. And since the only thing I produce is one-of-a-kind original works, they tend to be more pricey. So I would need to create stuff that I could sell for like the $50, $20 to $50 price range. That seems to do the best at conventions. So, and you gotta think of all the upfront cost. It's kind of it's a risky move, you know, to do a convention because you have to pay for the booth space and traveling expenses and everything associated with getting you and your stuff there, which is a lot of money. And then you have to prepare a bunch of things to sell. So you're putting all this work up front to sculpt stuff, to make molds, to cast it, to paint it, to package it, all that stuff. So you're putting all this up front in the hopes that you'll sell enough while you're there to not only make back what you spent, but actually make some on top, right? For it to actually be worthwhile. Yeah. Plus, yeah, when you're at the convention, you're stuck at your booth space for, you know, however long, 12 hours a day. So it's a completely different thing. So I've always showed my work here on stream on the internet, which doesn't cost me anything other than paying for my internet bill. And it's the opposite. I even make an income because of people supporting the stream And yeah, so it's just completely different. So, but I would really like to do that stuff, so just to show my work in person to people, to connect with companies and individuals and stuff like that. But it's just not a it's not a cost I can justify, because I have, you know, things are, I don't have a lot of overhead or equity. You know, I live very much, most of the time it's very much paycheck to paycheck. So it's hard to justify a huge cost like that just to get some FaceTime with people. You know what I mean? So, but maybe in the future, when we get more ahead, if showing your brand, like getting more followers on Twitch, socials, etc. Yeah, but doing more social media will always get you more people than going to a live show. I think what going to a live show would do is just build relationships with my existing people already. Maybe meeting a few new people, but like, you know, having folks that have been watching for a long time or following my work for a long time coming to see them, I think that would be the main goal. And to show the work in person, of course. So, what about sponsors? Do you have? We do sponsored projects occasionally, where like a game company will want one of their characters sculpted, and they'll sponsor some streams and sponsor the project. So. I've done that with Riot Games, Digital Extremes, the makers of Atlas Fallen and Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. It's been ramping up slowly, doing projects for like sponsored projects for companies. And in fact, we have one coming up soon. So I think middle of August, or I can't tell you anything about it, but we're gonna be doing a sponsored project for a couple weeks. So be sure to let us know if you ever do. I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I really would like to get to that point at some point. Yeah. I could probably even see it being more likely to do like an art exhibit instead of a convention. But I don't know. I don't know. I never know what the future holds. We shall see. I try not to let my mind drift into the future too much. Yeah, you're right, Weird Witch. People don't realize how much goes into making something. They just see the end product and want it for dirt cheap, sadly. Right, which is exactly why I think the stream has been such a benefit, because a lot of people that are my clients or people that commission work, they come and they watch and they see how I work through every detail meticulously and how much time it takes, and so when they see the cost that comes with it, they know that that's justified. So, but yeah, if I had like just a pile of sculptures on a table, they see the end result, and we're in a world right now. We're in a world where high production value kind of gets taken for granted because, you know, we have so many ways to make high quality things that don't take much effort to do. And then we also have things like the disposable culture and things being produced in China for dirt cheap, you know, that really, it skews everyone's perspective on what the value of things actually are. Yeah. A big mind opening exercise is grow yourself a bundle of carrots in a plot. Go in your backyard and grow a nice bundle of carrots, and go through the whole process until you harvest and wash them and have them in a nice package, then compare the effort that took to when you go to the grocery store, look at the cost of a pack of carrots. It's pretty crazy, actually, if you think about it. So, people still have bag. I do, yeah. I grow a lot of my own food, and when I see how inexpensive produce is, and I know how much effort it takes to make produce, it's like, wow, how is this possible? And then I immediately am like, well, I know how this is possible because somebody somewhere is being exploited. That's really the reality of it. So there's some free labor going on there somewhere. So. Or it's machine grown type of deal. I don't know. It's just crazy how easily our cost or the value, how warped the value of things are in our minds because of the society we find ourselves in. Foxconn. Yeah. It's like comparing sculpting something by hand to casting a pre-made mold. Yeah, right. Well, mold making's a lot of work too, you know? It is. Everything tasted so good. Yeah, right. It's not hollow. They call the food we have now in supermarket shelves hollow food. Where it's like, yeah, it's the object, but on the inside it's just so devoid of nutrients, nutritional value, that it's like, and flavor, that it's just hollow food. And you really realize that when you bite into homegrown garden produce. Just, it tastes better. It's just, the colors are richer. It's so much better for you. It spoils quick. That always gets me when I'm like, wait a minute. When you grow something in the garden and it spoils like fairly quick, and then you look at the stuff bought at the store and it's the same thing, but for some reason it's not spoiling, like for a long time. Like, okay, something's happening here. All right, let me go toss this in the oven, and then I think we'll work on the next step on our castle door. Yeah, homegrown tomatoes, man. I had one of the first tomatoes of the season just recently, a little cherry tomato, and I swear I bit into it, and it had the same like savory flavor as like a sun-dried tomato, but it was fresh. So good, man. So good. Yeah. Yeah. Variety of homegrown is also amazing, right? Yeah. There's hundreds, thousands of varieties of different vegetables and grains and fruits that you'll never see in a million years in a store shelf because it can't be easily manufactured. I'm currently growing a bunch of different varieties of things, like something called broom corn, which broom corn is like almost as tall as the trees in my backyard. That's how tall it is. So now I know why they don't grow it on mass, because it just gets ridiculously tall. And amaranth is a type of grain it's the highest nutritional value grain you could possibly eat. And it's a beautiful looking plant, but it's not commercially grown. So I'm gonna make my own loaf of amaranth bread at some point. Grow the grain, extract it, mill it into flour, and then make bread out of it. Yeah, well. All right, I'll be right back. Need to have the Little Red Hen book for that. I think I read that story with Emma today. Is that the one about the hen that plants the wheat seeds to grow more wheat and asks the friends for help? And the friends don't want to help. And then the hen harvests the grain and asks the friends for help, and the friends don't want to help. And then the hen mills it into flour and makes bread, but the friends don't want to help with that either. But then when the bread is finished and the hen asks people to help eat the bread, they all want to help. And the hen says, "No, you didn't help me, so you don't get to enjoy the bread." Me and Emma read that today. Little Red Hen. Spoiler alert. What was the other one we read? It was a similar one. It was about a grasshopper and an ant. The grasshopper's lounging around on a blade of grass, enjoying the summer heat. And down below him, there's this ant huffing and puffing and lifting a huge thing of corn over to his house. And the grasshopper says, "Why do you work so hard when the weather's so beautiful? Enjoy it, my friend, enjoy it." But the ant says, "No, I'm preparing for winter." The grasshopper says, "Winter's far away. You don't need to prepare. Got plenty of time for that." And the ant continues and doesn't listen to the grasshopper. And then fall starts to come, and the grasshopper starts to worry about winter and tries to frantically look for food. But the grasshopper doesn't find any. All the food's been picked clean. And then winter sets in, and the grasshopper doesn't know what to do. So he goes to the ant to ask for help. And after waiting for a while, the ant finally opens his door and offers to help the grasshopper with some food. And it was after that the grasshopper said next year he will take it more seriously and work hard to get the food when it's there. To prepare for the future. The end. But realistically, grasshoppers, I think they die in the winter. They don't survive the cold. But ants, they go dormant. And they actually don't need food. So, there's that. Should I take... I think I'm going to take this off the board now. Might be easier. Oh, no, you know, let's keep it on there. The ant, yeah. Realistically, the ant would eat the dead carcass of the grasshopper. Yeah, ants, they go dormant. Which is, they just don't... They huddle together. They don't move. They kind of shut their system down. It's like putting your computer into sleep mode. They just put themselves into sleep mode and they don't consume calories, and they just till it gets warm out. Okay, let me pull up my reference for this. Oh yeah, I've seen it. Browser's frozen. Oh, there we go. There we are. Okay. Well, time to add hinges and a door knocker to this here door. Start with the knocker. Oh, you get the clay to stick to. I use the clay glue. So you can see that shiny bit. That's the clay glue. It's been cured, but just use some of that stuff. That's right. Just run a blade along the back. Okay, now I can loosen it up already. Work the edges first and then... Yep, it's a form of armature that is really a game changer when you start to really realize it, that this flat surface can be the armature for sculpting things that have flat surface on the backside. I will use it. I'll use the board as an armature until I'm done with all the sculpting, and then just simply remove the piece. Let's grab a little bit of mixed media here. Oop. Ring. Bead here. No, I don't put clay release on the wood. I could. It comes off of the wood without needing to put clay release. And a trick you can do is when you heat it up, when it's still warm, on the it'll come off even easier when it's still warm. Or an even easier trick is, I mean, I'm doing it on the wood because it just looks better on stream. But realistically, the easiest way is you actually wrap the piece of wood with aluminum foil. And then sculpt on the block of wood that's on that wrapped in foil, and then you after you're done, you just simply peel the foil off the wood and then peel the foil off the clay. So it just would look very bad on stream, having blinding foil in your eyes all day. So here's a little ring, and here's a little bead. Yeah, it does. Okay, that will be our knocker. Something like that. Okay, small rivets. All right. A little bit of clay glue here. Getting there. So this is the inside of the wall with the door, and inside the door is just a ladder, goes up, and then there's a hatch on top of the wall. So it's almost like a top of the wall access point. Typically walls would have multiple ways to get to the top of them. This is just kind of like just a ladder. A quicker route. Go. Okay, now let's do the hinges. Furio. Hey, thanks for the raid, my friend. Oh, hey, Summit. Summit raided me too. What's up, Summit? Welcome, raiders. Come on in. Well, I appreciate that. What were you up to? Were you doing fantasy art of the sort as well? I'm making a castle wall door right now. We finished up a dragon wing. It's in the oven. We're just doing some work on this here door. Character design for your world building. Okay, cool. Building a world. There's a lot of things to make in a world. Think of how many doors a world has. This is a clay called Cos clay. It's a polymer clay like Sculpting, but what makes it different is the finished product is flexible like rubber. So you don't have to worry about things breaking. It's got some it's got a lot of flexibility to it, see it? Sculpting would break if I tried to do any of that. So it makes your projects very shatterproof. Oh yeah, it's great for a lot of things. I can rest easy knowing when I ship something to somebody that it can be mishandled and still make it there. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna look at it on Sunday. I'm very tempted to now, but it's always nice to I try my best to not look at those class folders until Sunday. I'm excited. Just glad to have it finished. Yeah, good job. Good work. Now you get to enjoy the joys of starting all over again. Something new. Are you joining us on the dragon journey? I think you already started, didn't you? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. You did you're doing the one that's like begging for a treat kind of thing. No, Take a break. Sounds good, Alpha.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Eric Swinson. Hello. Eric Swinson and company. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. What were you folks up to this evening? Come on in. If you're new here, my name is cnotbusch. I make one-of-a-kind custom sculptures. I do everything traditionally by hand. I work on mostly commission works for individuals and companies alike. And working on a piece of a base of a sculpture. This is a door. A medieval like door. Oh. We're adding the hinges to this door right now. A little bit of hinge action. Eric was painting. Ah. Does Eric paint miniatures? Is that what Eric does on stream? Eric is a miniature painter. Okay, let's check it out. I have convinced Eric to bring more followers to brainwash. Ah, yes. Good. Very good. You will be rewarded handsomely. Yeah, I can still see the link even though Nightbot got rid of it. Taking credit for my work. Ah, yes. Okay, I'm pulling it up right now. Oops. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow, look at that. Eric Swinson does some fantastic work. Look at that paint work there. Let's take a look. Oh, yes. Some quality stuff right there. It's like an illustration jumping off of the page. High quality illustration. Yeah, I love that. Love that style. There's a dwarf. That is so crazy, man. I bet it's very surreal to see something like that in person. What are you doing? How are you? I'm good. How are you? We're checking out Eric Swinson's work, which got rated by Eric Swinson. Fantastic. Fantastic. I could certainly learn a thing or two from Eric Swinson. Oh look, it's a brush for hire in the comments. It's like his comment. What are you doing in there, brush? Get back to work. One of the best in the world. He's also a big beard haver. Oh yeah? Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I want to do 4 things with you, Dad.
4 things. Okay, what are the 4 things? What are your...
So I want to tell you 4 things. And I want to give you 1 hug and 1 kiss.
You want to tell me 4 things? And
We know! 2 things.
You want to tell me 2 things, and you want to give me a hug and a kiss. That's the 4 things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are the 2 things you want to tell me?
I don't want to play the game. Oh, I don't want to play the game where we get today.
Which game? Do you remember the name of the game?
I forgot.
Uno?
Yeah, oh no.
Uno, yeah. Very good.
And I learned how to put the towel back.
The towel?
Uh-huh.
Back on the towel bar?
Yeah.
That's good. That's great. That's a great day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Give me a hug and a kiss. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow. Sleep well.
But is it weekend tomorrow?
Almost. Tomorrow's Thursday. That means all day tomorrow we work, and then it's Friday after that day. Last full day of work tomorrow.
And it's week.
Then weekend begins.
Okay.
Weekend, oh yeah.
And Sunday you class again?
I do class on Sundays. Yeah. Alright, see you later. Kid loves weekend more than me. It's because we do make an effort to just spend a lot of family time on, during the week. It's me and Ina are very much in work mode, so during the weekend we're all focused on Emma and just hanging out, so she tends to like that. Oh, hey, what's up there, Summit? She is 4. She just turned 4 this spring. 2.5, that's fun. It's a fun age. Gets better and better, my friend. Eight weeks, 2.5 and 8 weeks. It's a busy time. Time of not much sleep. Yeah, I know you are. I know you are. Just always remember, I mean, now that you have a 2.5-year-old, that it's always a phase, no matter how hard it gets, and it's gonna be over before you know, and you're gonna kind of wish you had it a little bit more, so. Just try to remember that when you're in the trenches. Because, man, they grow so quickly, it's crazy, man. It's like your life goes on fast forward once you have kids. I think it's because your day is just so busy that, try and enjoy it as much as you can. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. You have 6-year-olds and you still get no sleep? I get plenty of sleep. Emma sleeps great. She goes to bed at, what is it? Like 7:30, 8 p.m. And then she doesn't wake up till like 7:30, 8 a.m. So plenty of time for me to get a little R&R time and full night of sleep. I usually sleep about 7 hours. 6.5, 7 hours. Pretty good. Any less, I'm hurting pretty bad. Balanced schedule. Oh yeah, let's take a look. See what Summit was working on. While we're at it. In the old Discord-roni, huh? Oh, look at that. Let's go here. This is what Summit was working on this evening. Yeah, those are cool. Old dinosaur bone armor. Very nice work, my friend. Look at that big Twitch chat. Alright, time for us to get back to work. Get these doors finished up here.
Good day, dear friends. Your contribution to the growth of our kingdom is invaluable. Thank you for your devotion.
There's a first subscribe of the evening. Silent Bullets, thank you so much, man. 38 months of support. I appreciate that, my friend. We just narrowly hit our goal of the 300 Partner Plus points this month. So thank you guys very much for helping with that. We got some love potion for you. Silent Bullets.
Well met, loyal friend. You've made a real impact on the realm. Thank you for your contributions.
Sebastian Miniatures with the 17 months says, me too, me too. One for you as well, my friend. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks for sticking with me. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and read your message there, Jinja. 1 second. Let's get through these wisdoms here. So this one's for Silent Bullets here. Put this up. See if I can. Yeah. Little letter opener. Alright, let's see here. You are on the cusp of greatness, my friend. Do not let your doubts hold you back. Well, that sounds pretty good, dear Silent Bullets. Don't let your doubts hold you back, my friend. Keep on moving forward. Okay, and this one, Transfiguration Potion, is for you, Sebastian. Let's see what we got here. Remember, even the darkest night will end, and the sun will rise again, unless you are a vampire. Yep. Then you're pretty much SOL. But true. No matter how dark things get, a new day is dawning. Soon. Eventually. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna read Ginger's message here. Got her 16 recently. I was tearing my install bay apart to renovate. Pulled the fridge away from the wall and found it was hiding a whiteboard from ages ago. It was a message she wrote on there. That had to be 9 years old. It said, "I love you so much, Dad." Everything stopped as I just stood there staring at the board. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what a nice thing, huh? It's time capsule. Gotta enjoy them while they're young, you know. Try not to take any of it for granted. Well, the sun still rises for everyone, or even for vampires. They just don't see it. Yeah, that's true. Very true. All right, Seradini. We'll catch you later. Catch you later. All right, here we go. But also, you can't be too hard on yourself because nobody's perfect, and you're gonna always have. There's always gonna be things you could have done better, and you know, beat yourself up too much. There's no instruction manual to parenting. It's a learning. You grow and learn just as much as they do. That's the crazy thing. It's a person. It's a human being. Furthers your understanding of what it means to be human. How we're all interconnected. Hey, okay, yeah. Almondale. We'll catch you later. We'll see you around. I stream 2 different times per day, so perhaps the morning will be better for you. Well, evening for you. In this context, there's never going to be enough time. Nope, that's true. Never. It's best to just be content with the time that you do have. We're all just passing through this world. Nobody gets out of life alive. Yes, you are a vampire. Even a vampire can die. Just not from old age, I guess. Some silly human wielding a wooden stake instead. Hey, Brock. How you doing? Hey, thanks, anime. It's not wide enough. Enjoying some dinner, huh? Enjoy, my friend. Great. I can't hear. Mm. Pork belly. Let me go plug in my headphones really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. So here's the situation. The missus accidentally turned the music volume down with the phone whilst putting Emma to bed. And my headphones are dead and charging. So I can't hear it. So I'm going to turn the music up and you guys need to tell me if it's too loud or too quiet. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. How's that? Preferably if you have headphones. Good. Good here. It's fine. Okay. Can hear the music, but it's not overpowering. Pre-made crispy. I have audio reactive LEDs and your voice is triggering them just fine. Yeah, no, it's more about the music, not the voice. We have a spot. We use Spotify on the computer and on the phone. She acts okay. Good. All right. Back to work. Normally it's good, but my headphones are dead, so I can't hear it myself. Just plugged them in. Good. All is good. I have my playlists available. If you type in exclamation point. playlist. Feel free to check them out. My wife is the one who puts them together. She's the mastermind behind the playlists. I used to listen to Pandora a long time ago, but it's too... The random function is not good anymore for streaming because, you know, they could just randomly put in a song that would get a copyright strike or something. So now we have to be very selective about what songs play. Miserably hot today. It was actually pretty nice today here. Not too bad. Nice slight breeze. $105. Holy cannoli. It was like 85. Maybe to 87. Hello, Lost Buns. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Well, you know how it is. It's not uncommon for a stream to have links disabled. If you're a subscriber, you don't have to worry about it, but always you just get random people joining and dropping links for malicious things, you know. Not saying that's what you did, but which is part of the world we live in. Have to take precautions. Expensive followers. Only beards. Doing good, man. We had some friends over in between stream today. Set up Emma's little pool party. Made some homemade ice cream. The missus made an apple crumble to go with the ice cream from scratch. I'd say a pretty good day. Matt Mercer. They really helped put DnD back on the map, didn't they? That crowd. I've always liked the idea of having visual aids for D&D. This helps immerse the players in the story. Some DMs don't care for visuals other than a map. Yeah, I've played that way before too. Just a map. Visual aids are just fun. Getting pretty close. Just need to finish up these hinges and I think we're done with the door. Sounds like a good time. No, she very much likes being behind a camera, not in front of one. She's a lurker. Maybe someday. Gorotase, no worries, my friend. I'm too poor too. If it makes you feel any better. You gotta feel bad about saying that stuff. And trust me, it happens all the time. Poor in finances and rich in other things. Rich in joy. Dark sell it. Let's see, realistically, it would have to be something that takes no longer than an hour and a half, probably. And 0 material cost. Some projects, just the material cost alone is more than $50. But yeah, it's okay. Perfectly normal, not everybody's acquainted with the cost of something like this, so gotta learn somehow. Not a unique experience, don't worry. Yeah, there you go. Weight removed. It's always good to clear the air with anybody. But trust me, for me, I don't think anything of that. Any email conversations abruptly ending or anything like that's just normal. It's always interesting because, you know, you guys only have your own perspective. You know, you don't realize all the behind the scenes over here. I'd say it's pretty normal for any content creator to just get kind of barraged by emails. Well, you can have big fingers. What you do is you stick it to the end of your finger and reminds you of old Twitch and streaming. What, like Justin TV? Or like old school Twitch? Like pre-Amazon Twitch? Or the dark times before the Empire? Just heavy-handed, yeah. That can be worked on. Yeah, well, I've actually been around since then, so maybe that's why. Manold dinosaur. The Loch Ness monster still remaining from the time before. An ancient turtle watching civilizations rise and fall.
Hail, noble ally. Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Mr. Arbitwanum. $87 months of support. Thank you so much for the continued support, my friend. Give me wisdom, Magic Man. Okay. right. Don't look a day over 72. Remember, like an unexpected party of dwarves, sometimes the greatest adventures in life come from saying yes to the unexpected. It's a good one. Saying yes to the unexpected. It's true. Oftentimes we develop in our mind what things should be or ought to be and how they should be, and we miss out on all kinds of stuff by not being open to unexpected things we wouldn't have guessed, whether it's jobs or friends or you name it, significant others, opportunities. Makes me want to watch The Hobbit even though it wasn't good. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. My quarrels with The Hobbit weren't from the movie, but from just the storyline in general. It was good enough. Yeah, especially when you compare it to Rings of Power. It's amazing compared to Rings of Power. Ring of Power Season 2 coming soon. I couldn't even get through the first one. I tried so desperately to watch the Rings of Power. I really did. I can't. Yeah, well, it's also like you like a lot of the dwarf character, or like the king dwarf guy, and then he starts to just get all grouchy and you start to not like him. Balin, yeah. Oh wait, no, not Balin. Who's the Oakenshield guy? Thorin, yeah, there you go. It's just a sad, sad arc to that character. Those greedy dwarves. That's true. Yeah, it's really hard to beat that. Oh man, I still remember the excitement of when the next one was coming out. You know, like the two towers sitting at the movie theater. Just knowing it's gonna be epic. I get to relive it once Emma's old enough. That's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna intentionally downplay it so she'll be like blown away by it. See, a lot of people mess up. They get so excited, they talk about something with somebody and they built up this huge expectation, and then they show them the thing and then the person just thinks, it wasn't that great. I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm like, yeah, it's just this like movie I watched a couple times, no big deal. Just some elves and dwarves and stuff. You can watch it if you want. I mean, only if you want. And then let her watch it with a low expectation. Realize you're weird. That the things you like is not what everybody else likes. Felt that way about Harry Potter. I did too about Harry Potter. I enjoyed watching that one come out. There's not a lot of, yeah, you're right. There's no like, there's no fantasy trilogy that I'm like looking forward to anymore. Yeah. I mean, I was a little bit excited to see like the new Avatar. But, you know, it was good, but just not quite the same. You like the prequel Star Wars movies? Yeah. MCU, yeah. It got burned through. It got burned out. It did too much superhero stuff, man. Now there's like all these superhero movies I didn't even know they made. What's going on here? It's like they're cranking them out every day, it feels like. Not a lot of exciting stuff is TV. Or like shows. Yeah, I don't know. My entertainment consumption has transitioned to watching YouTube videos about gardening and stuff. Pretty exciting. Learning about herbs and making medicinal compounds and growing things. Making things. Yeah. Education has become my entertainment. I literally sit there watching a video with a notepad in hand and scribble some notes. I realize if I just watch the videos, they don't really stick, but if I watch the videos and take notes, then the information sticks. Play a very little bit of games occasionally on the weekends. That changed a lot too. I used to play a lot of games. Oh yeah. Is it called The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies? It's a good one. Boy, what'd they come out with, Clayton? I hear word on the street is they are coming out with another Lord of the Rings film. Or a series of films. Can't remember what it was about. Isn't it being guided by the one who made the Lord of the Rings films? Deadpool and Wolverine? Oh, okay. That's because of the comedy factor. I remember there was a Deadpool Wolverine cartoon movie that was really good. Bet you it's similar to that one. HBO remake of Harry Potter? Really? So is that coming out? They're remaking the whole Lord of the Rings movies? Really? Oh, that's gonna be tough. Good luck. I feel like the best stories to experience nowadays actually come from like story-driven games. It's kind of where the action's at, where the fresh stories are, all the new good stuff. There should be a little skeleton guy chained to the inside of the wall. Yeah, you know, there's certain ideas he's gonna avoid because it's gonna add a whole bunch of extra time to the project. Time that we don't have. Otherwise, yeah, I totally agree. We've certainly surpassed the time budget for this project. No additions. I mean, the door was an addition, but it's worthwhile because it's covering up a large area of the base. So, and this type of detail is not as hard for me to create. But a skeleton would take a lot of time, for sure. Okay, well, let's add a texture onto these hinges, and I think they're ready. They're ready. Huddled up in a log cabin in a snowy Canadian woods. Yeah, pretty much. Something you did not wish to touch again. A wise man. There's really no reason to remake those films. There's so much more stories they can tell from that universe that haven't been told yet. Why try and do that? I don't get it. It's all boils down to money. Yeah. We need yeah, exactly. Oh man. Ay ay ay. I mean, they could go down the whole story of like Morgoth. That would be cool. Morgoth and the Cimmerils. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's... So, you got a bunch of business guys running the show now. They're the ones funding things, and it's just business... It's business smart to just make things that they know for a fact people will go see. If you make a new thing, it's a risk. Because, for example, I'm going to probably go see the new remake of The Lord of the Rings. Probably not like it, but guess what? They're still going to get my money because I'm going to go see it. So. And they also know that the society we live in is geared towards being disposable everything. Disposable content. So they don't make movies to last a decade anymore. Because that's just not how people work. Nobody, you know, we don't absorb content in the same way we did back even 5 to 10 years ago, you know. Now it's like always needing something new. So I think even if they made an excellent movie that was just out of this world good, at most maybe people would see it twice. Like, I feel like you go back like 10 years and if a movie was really good, you would watch it like 5+ times maybe. But that's just because there wasn't new stuff coming out all the time that, you know. Now it's like this oversaturation of just things that can take our time between the games and the movies and the crazy sculpting wizards on Twitch. So I feel like they've caught on to that and they just know they need to make stuff that people will go see one time, pay money, and kind of like cash out in one hit, you know. Big wizard trying to take my whole life. I'm absorbing all your free time. Lord of the Rings movies are what I consider perfect movies. However, I'm not angry they will remake them, as they can alter the new movies just like Jackson did. Maybe they'll do other interesting changes. Based on how the changes have been happening in movies nowadays, I feel like it's probably not going to be things that we like. At least, not me. Very agenda-driven type changes. You know, not really trying to hold true to the world, the universe. That's probably gonna be the case, unfortunately. But that's all right. At least we still have games to enjoy good stories through. I should really try and find a story-driven game to play. It's always a good time. Now, when I watch like medieval fantasy movies now, I really try to enjoy the art behind it. Less worried about the story, but more of like, you know, like for example, when they came out with the Dark Crystal show, I wasn't in love with the story like the movie, but I really loved looking at like the background and all the little objects and the character design and all that stuff. Also realizing that the whole thing was handmade. Really, I could enjoy watching it just for that. But, I don't know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is finished. This door. I'm going to... I'm surprised how much I liked the DnD. I liked it too, actually. Yeah, you're right. I really liked it too. But perfect example of enjoying great story and entertainment through games like Baldur's Gate 3. You know, it's pretty epic of a medieval fantasy game, right? Super packed with good story, tons of production value. None of the nonsense. So. Hey, I watched it on a plane too. That's funny. Me and the missus watched it while we were flying to Germany last year. The plane. Man, plane flights are so easy nowadays with the. It's like an 8-hour plane flight to Germany. I just watched like 3 movies and there we go. We're pretty much there. I'm the kind of person I can sit down and watch a bunch of movies back to back. And I have no problem. It's rare for me to, you know. Oh man, I'd go nuts. What, 8 hours on a plane? 8 hours, yeah, it's not that bad. From where I am to Germany, it's only 8 hours. It's 8 hours on the way there, but it's like 10 hours on the way back. Flying against the wind. So. But no, it's not too bad. It's alright. But, alright. Hey, everybody. Good chatting with you all. Thank you very much. Is it Thursday yet? Tomorrow is Thursday. I'll be back on. We're working on the Minotaur tomorrow morning. Sculpting the other arm of the Minotaur. But we also have to do the homework, which I think we have to do tomorrow, which is we have to do this either tomorrow morning or Friday morning, because it has to be recorded, putting the horns on our dragon. So Central Time. I roughed in 10 horns tonight. Oh boy. Like 10 different sets, or are you putting 10 horns on your dragon? And then in the evening we'll be finishing off hopefully the base to our mouse guardian character. And that project will be entering the painting phase. 10 total, different sizes. Okay. Gotta get them right. Alright, let's see here. Let's find someone to raid. And I'm gonna get on out of here. Thanks again, everybody, for the support. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. What's the sphere behind the dragon? That was just so in order to demonstrate the horns, I had to make a makeshift head to show how to attach the horns during the class, because I couldn't, there's no time to bake during the class, so I have to kind of trying to show it without it's like in cooking shows when they go to like put it in the oven and then they already have one that's cooked and ready and they pull it out, you know. That was kind of like my version of that. And you put it in the oven for 30 minutes, but I went ahead and I prepared this one here, so just to kind of keep things moving forward. So all right, let's see here, who do we have on tonight? Wow, not done a whole lot of people. Guess we'll go raid Mary. Yeah, sure.
Good.
Let's go check out some homesteading with Mary. How many hours from now will you be on here? 10 hours from now. That's right. I'll be back in 10 hours. 10-5, 10-5. Alright, there we go. Oop. There we go. Till next time, my friends. Bye-bye.